Yo, what's up, fam? We're just gonna talk about like what's going on with GameStop, what's going on with like AMC, these other like shorted stocks that are going on right now. That's like the wave right now, and I'll explain what's going on, like my take on it, what I could have done about it, and then we'll just go over like my portfolio. For example, let's just start with GameStop. GameStop has had like an increase of over 1,600% on its share value since like January 12th. So like what was that, like 15 days? In the past 15 days it's gone up over 1,600%, and that's like something that's like very unusual. The values of the stock has risen up based on like shorting the short sellers. And like, if you don't know what short sellers are, they're basically people who bet on a company going short on its value. So like, let's say like GameStop was at $50 right now. Short sellers will bet that it's going to decrease, like sell and buy stocks of that company to and make profit off of that company's share value going down. But basically there was like events on Reddit and stuff like that where people were like, oh, you know what, we're going to basically short sell the short sellers, and the value of the stock has started going up a lot. So a lot of these like mainstream, like heavy short sellers on GameStop and other companies like AMC and stuff like that are losing a ton of money. But the only way to remediate, I guess, losing that money is to either buy more shares or sell what you got. And so what a lot of people would do, those short-term sellers, in order to minimize their loss, they buy up a lot of stocks, and increasing that share value, forcing to increase that volume or increasing the value of those shares, is what's also done to remediate that. So that's how something like GameStop can go from like $40 like a week ago into something like over, you know, 200, over 300, over 400. Now let's say like you got into GameStop when it was like $40 and you sold all your shares of it when it hit like 200. Like, you're good, you made your money off of it, like good on you, blah blah blah. A lot of people held it, you know, you held GameStop. It went down, it tanked from $200 to $80 yesterday really quickly, and then it rose right back up to over 300, like over 400, I think. I'll check later. But and a lot of people were like, well, I'm just gonna wait until the end of the week. Okay, well, now that you wait till the end of the week, like, now it's frozen. A lot of brokerage, like online brokerage and trading like accounts such as like Robinhood and stuff like that, they're not allowing you to do anything except close out options on it. No one can buy in, nobody can do anything like that unless they close out their, it's only closeout transactions allowed. And so a lot of people are upset about that because they feel like their freedom's being like stepped on, like, oh, I can't do this with this, I can't manipulate with this. But that's the problem with dealing with volatile stocks like that. Like, when you see something like that, it's should set off like an alarm in your head. Like, so when it goes up 1,600% in less than a week, like, that's something that, you know, doesn't make me extremely comfortable. You know, it's nice, like, if you get that immediate gratification, yes, but then what if you're stuck in a situation like this where a lot of people, for example, bought in at the 200 or bought in at the dip that it had yesterday at $80. Now that it's up to 400, now what can you do with it? Well, the market's frozen, so what can you actually do with it? Can you sell your shares? We don't know. If you sell your shares, or not be able to sell your shares, because a lot of people, you can't put option calls on it, you can't put puts or none of that stuff. You can't even access the share or the company right now if it's in your, like, if you type in AMC into Robinhood, it won't even pop up. Like, what kind of shit is that? And so anyways, so if you want to trade that, like, what if this holds out until like it falls below, you know, that drop point that you picked it up at? Like, what if this holds out and now GameStop, you know, what if this holds out for like 2 weeks, GameStop's back at $50, now you lost money. Like, that's just another thing, like getting into waves, like it's all part of like practice and learning about the market and stuff like that. Like, getting into waves of things that, like, you know, jumping on waves instead of being prepared for a wave. Like, that's why I love the idea of just building your foundation when something's low, not just jumping on late to take off, you know. Like, make sure that you build out your positions and like stuff that you know is going to do well, like, in the future, and be stable and less volatile, because less volatile is better. The reason why less volatile is better is not because Like, okay, it's not like a company like, for example, GameStop. Like, no one expected GameStop to shoot up 1,600% in like 2-3 days. The reason why people like less volatile companies such as like Apple, AT&T, stuff like that is, one, their dividends probably 9 times out of 10 going to be better. Their dividend yield's going to be better than other companies, but also you know what to expect. And that's the thing about stock market is like it's not always expected. Things aren't always expected when you go in. But now, like, people are seeing stuff like this, and it's hard for people. It limits their expectations. It limits their trust in themselves. It limits like their perception of volatility and stuff like that. And so now a lot of people are, in their feelings about how things are going right now. But it is what it is. And so basically that's my take on it. For the record, I didn't get into the AMC plays or the GameStop plays this week. Did I know that GameStop was going to go up? Yes, I did know GameStop was going to go up because they just got some new leadership, and that leadership basically came from a company where he wanted to make sure that online, GameStop was more of a online base, because of COVID and everything, people aren't really going into stores, into GameStops like that. But you want to make it more online based, more of an e-commerce route, which is a great route for stuff like video games. Because if you think of something like the Nintendo Switch, where I buy nine times out of 10, I buy the games online. You build credit and stuff like that. You get points, you get free games. You just download the software. Most people do that. Most people don't really go in. So I did know that the company was going to go up. Yes. Of course, AMC is going to go up because COVID's starting to die down a little bit. Hopefully, I hope it is, and people will start going out more. It's it should be well, but stuff like this volatile stuff that's going on right now, just be careful. Just know what you're doing. Continue doing your research and everything like that. But yeah, it is what it is. We will go over my portfolio. You like my new wallpaper? It's my dog back home. So let's go in here. So here we are. I recovered from the dead today because I was obviously down a lot yesterday because the market basically folded on itself because of everything that's been going on with GameStop and all that. So if we scroll down, we can see what I'm in right now. Ally Financial, I got 2 contracts in on Ally Financial. I think the equity I had on it was in the 400s. So my break-even price, it should be $42.36. $42.36. It's doing well. Obviously, it's gone up over 5% today. So hopefully it keeps going up. I have less than a month to put this in. I think February 19th my contracts expire. So I'm just gonna ride this out, and hopefully it keeps doing well. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. Next we have Fuel Cell. Fuel Cell, despite it was doing very well this morning. Oh, it broke its all-time high this morning. It went over it went exactly $25, which is 52-week high, right? And that was insane. So I was really happy this morning, and it's doing well right now, even though it's a little bit down right now. I got back into Fuel Cell when it was at 17.22, and so I'm still up, $35. Everything else is doing pretty decent today. I bought into Tellurium just to see what the hype is. It's stressing me out right now, but that's okay. We are right. CPRX, this was a free stock I got. I'm just keeping it just to keep it. It doesn't really matter. FTFT, I'm really happy that this is back in the $5 because this is a penny stock that Chris Sane was talking about that should be doing well. We'll reevaluate within the next couple weeks or so. And so I bought 70 shares, the most shares I've ever bought of a company stock. And so I bought in at $5.84. I'm done for that because I didn't know it was going to drop to the $4 range, or hell, even the $3 range, $4.30 range. So next time I know, wait a little bit for the week to start, see if there's any volatility, and buy at the low. I did buy at the low, but the problem was that it's low at that time that I bought it was 580 something. So that's when I bought it. But it's recovering. I think it's going to do well. I hope that FTFT pushes towards the 7s so I can pull out 50 shares and just go crazy. Then we have Tattoo Chef, the drama queen. I like Tattoo Chef and I see a lot of hope for it, but we just have to see what happens. I bought in at 26, grip to me. But hopefully, it takes off like Christine says, and we can go about our business. That's the one company I'm leaving at 26 shares. APXT, I got back in recently at 15.18, so I'm down, but I'm up for the day. You see this jump right here? Go crazy. But yeah, hopefully APXT could take off again and I can build a good foundation of that. Golden Nugget's doing okay today. Like, I bought in at 1956. This is my first time ever losing money in Golden Nugget. I bought in really low and it hasn't touched sub 20 in a while. So I'll probably be getting more shares of this either tomorrow or next week. Golden Nugget, I'm gonna be building out. Fuel Cell, I really want to build out because I really do love Fuel Cell. I think they're a great company. APXT, I'm wishy-washy about APXT. I know it's gonna do well, but their CEO is a little sketch, but that's okay. I still support the company, like, and what they're doing. FTFT, I'm not really a penny stock person, but you know, I hope that company does well. Oh, I also bought into cryptocurrency on Robinhood. Now, usually you don't really buy into cryptocurrency on Robinhood because you don't have to. You don't necessarily have the license to own that specific cryptocurrency in Robinhood, but it's nice to see how much equity I can create off of one. So I bought I bought Dogecoin and I put in like $40 yesterday on Dogecoin while it was at 0.011 a share yesterday, somewhere down here. I bought in and I'm already up, you know, 30 something dollars. My money's almost double. Oh, almost 30. $28 in return because I bought in at 0.013 and now it's at 0.022. So this is something that, you know, it's just on the side. It was something funny and interesting to me, and so I was like, let me put in some money. Every dip, I'm going to put in a little bit of money on there and just see what happens. But, oh, look, back in the 2000s, everything's recovering well, and I'm really happy about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to explain everything, keep people in position of where I'm at right now, what I'm going to be doing the rest of this week. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be chilling. 2007, that's good. The rest of this week I'm going to be chilling, like just doing what I got to do, building out my foundation and everything, and going about my business. But advice, don't fall for volatility. Like, just because it has a really high doesn't mean it's going to keep on going high. It's probably going to go low. Make sure you do your research and keep everything, you know, stable. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I got. Peace.